Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Give him two lips like roses and clover. Then tell him that his lonesome nights are over. Sandman, I'm so alone. Don't have nobody to call my own. Please turn on your magic beam. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Give him the word that I'm not a rover. Then tell him that his lonesome nights are over. Sandman, I'm so alone. Don't have nobody to call my own. Please turn on your magic beam. Oh, Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Mr. Sandman,
Yes?
bring us a dream. Give him a pair of eyes with a come hither gleam. Give him a lonely heart like Pagliacci, and lots of wavy hair like Liberace. Mr. Sandman, someone to hold would be so peachy before we're too old. So please turn on your magic beam.
Hi there. Welcome to the Pelicaninja Show. I'm your host, Pelicaninja. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to this wonderful show. Today is October 4th. You know what that means? The release of the new Law Dispute album. Officially! Now, I know a lot of you have been able to actually get it before this date. This is just the official day. So, I mean, it's not that crazy. But it's actually been 3 years since their first studio album. Somewhere at the Bottom of the River, Between Vega and Altair, which is one of my personal favorite CDs, like, of all time. Always got to keep that on hand. But I feel like it's been forever. I feel like it's been out for so long. But really, it's only 3 years. Really? Really? It just feels so much older. But their second album continues. It's supposed to be a follow-up to the first one, so it has the same styles, the same rhythm, the same vocals, the lyrics and everything. It's a step it's not as, like, I feel like there were a lot of pauses and, like, poem-like open, like, there wasn't as much like some tracks with guitars and everything playing. Some of that's been toned down. I mean, stepped up, not toned down. The opposite of what you would imagine. As in Such Small Hands, where it's like with the awesome intro. I feel like it's bookends, like Such Small Hands, Nobody, Not Even the Rain. It holds together the perfect story of Law Dispute, the first album, Somewhere at the Bottom of the River, Between Vega and Altair. But yeah, they obviously, I mean, I was just, how are they going to top that? How are they going to make something as epic as these bookends that hold together? And Last Lost Continent taking up like half the shelf. And just the way everything is, how it just moves from the next song to next. Well, you'll be happy to know that they consistently weave together this Wildife album without any problems. No problems at all. There's no Such Small Hands, Nobody, Not Even the Rain, but it's still all together pretty good. I would say the most noticeable tracks are the last two together. For some reason, that's the closest thing you're going to get to the Last Lost Continent off of this album. I can't say any of them stand out. But the first album didn't really have any songs that stood out either. I would say all together, it was just a great album, and this one is just like that. you listen to it all the way through, and it's just really good. One of the interesting things I noticed was that 4 of their tracks are entitled A, lowercase, and then followed by a word. Their first song is A Departure. The next one that it comes to is A Letter, and then A Poem, and then A Broken Jar. I like when they do that kind of thing. And when an artist does that, it's neat. It adds another layer. Those tracks specifically do slow down, and they are, I think, I'm pretty sure they're sort of separate, and they start the next group of songs. Like it holds it together, almost like the 2 bookends. Such Small Hands, Nobody Liked the Rain, but it's just inside. And the last, like, it's not one of the last songs isn't one of those, so it's kind of separate. Their track number 13 is all lowercase entitled, and I think it's A Shrunken Heart. But track number 13 is all lowercase, and that's why it reminds me of it's like the finale. And I love that you can expect a finale, like you can get to the end of the album and feel like there's going to be a resolution. Like it's like it feels awesome. Like it gives you this the rhythms are slowed down. It's more epic. It makes you feel more dramatic with the lyrics, and you can just kind of feel the resolution in the songs. The track entitled King Park, that's just one of the ones that I remember specifically. It's about like a murder scene, and everyone's trying to figure out everyone's asking questions about what happened, and then it goes to this is a horrible event, this should never have happened, and there's a pause in the song that's really dramatic, and it comes back to him now talking about or singing about the kid who killed the kid, or if they're kids. And it's saying how he didn't mean to, and he's running away, and people saw him, so they tracked him down. And then one of the lines that he says at the end of the song is, "Will I still get into heaven if I kill myself?" And he says it a couple times, and then he says because he killed the kid and it was a mistake. And I just thought that was a really powerful song, those lyrics, and that's just one of the tracks. And like I said, if you're new to Law Dispute and you like Wildife, definitely go back to listen to Somewhere at the Bottom of the River Between Vega and Altair, because that is what made me listen to Law Dispute in the first place. And I'm sure you'll respect that. Like, it's timeless. The Law Dispute is timeless. There is nothing about Law Dispute that will ever get old. Now, before I talk about the next topic, I'd like to change my scenario. Hello. Welcome to the Dream Room. I'd like to tell you a little bit about what songs are being released this week in Rock Band. The artist is Limp Bizkit. I personally don't like Limp Bizkit, or at least didn't, and still don't. But at least now I know a little bit more about why I don't like him. Hopefully you can learn from what I've learned, and we can both not like him together. Now, in 1999, Limp Bizkit released their second studio album, which was titled Significant Other. This album had a few good songs, and it sold 14 million copies worldwide. The songs you can get this week are Nookie and Rearranged. If you did it for the Nookie back then, do it for the Nookie today. Why not? That's just wrong. In 2000, they released their third studio album, entitled Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water. This turned me off immediately, so I hope it turns you off too, but, whatever. The song you can get from that album, which actually sold 12 million copies, is My Way. My Way or The Highway is actually the only song I know of these 4 songs. So if I were to actually want to spend any money at all on Limp Bizkit, I would probably go for My Way. Alright, so far we've got 26 million copies sold worldwide. Now, after their most recent album, which is entitled Gold Cobra, they've sold a grand total of 33 million albums worldwide in total. If you do your math, that means 4 of their 6 albums sold 7 million in total. 2 of the albums that did really well 11 years ago were really good 11 years ago. But I just don't see why they would ever want to put these in Rock Band, especially if you compare it to some of the bands that don't even have more than 2 songs on Rock Band. My Chemical Romance, Radiohead both have 2 songs each. And they are liked. They have 7 million likes on Facebook. Limp Bizkit only has 2 million likes. So what the hell? What the hell, Rock Band? And Kid Cudi has 7 million fans, and he doesn't have a single song on Rock Band. What is that about? Gosh. Don't get me started on Metallica. This is ridiculous. It's unholy. Let's see. If you would like to know what I think about Limp Bizkit, I would say that 12 years ago there was a time warp which sent all the people in Limp Bizkit, other than Fred Durst, into the future, where they learned how to play well and keep up with the times, while Fred Durst remained stuck in 1999 until the current day, where he actually is still in 1999. But in the loophole, he found a loophole where he would now then travel to other countries. He's been to Germany and all over, and release his music there, where his music will be perfect. It's just new. It just fits. Like, I'm sure you know how that works. You know, music becomes good different parts of the world, different times. He's just keeping it 1999. He's keeping it real, really 1999 everywhere else. But his band is still actually progressing. So his vocals and his lyrics stay in the past, while the rest of the band go to the future. The fourth song, by the way, is Gold Cobra, from Gold Cobra. I listened to it, and it made my ears bleed before the song was over, and so I thought it was over earlier, which I was really happy about. And then when I realized my ears were bleeding and I couldn't listen to the rest of the album, I was kind of thankful for Gold Cobra. But I mean, you can give it a try, or just take my word for it not. Just saying. If you want to listen to any of their songs, then at least go back to 1999 like Fred Durst, and just listen to Nookie. And, you know, how's it go again? You can take this cookie and shove it up here. Yeah! So you can take that cookie and stick it up your head. 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 I did it all for the nookie. Come on, the nookie. Come on. So you can take that cookie and stick it. Hey guys, thanks for watching the first episode of the Pelicaninja Show. I wanted to put more content in originally. I had an idea for a movie review I did on Real Steel. Basically, it's how I saw it and redid it as Wolverine fighting his way to the top of the Twilight Zone with the help of a robot friend that his son pointed at. Originally, I wanted to write my own intro song, which I still might do, but this week I went ahead and just put in the one you heard today. And I also wanted to do a short flash based on Wolverine, since he was the character I was going to talk about in the movie review, where I would just show Wolverine being awesome with his adamantium claws and extreme healing and all that. But I ended up doing a lot of more work with the green screen in the editing process. So I kind of ran out of time. That's why this is also a day late. I hope it's still... if I do... This is more of a piloted test. Now I see how it looks and get a feel for what it is, and probably write a little bit more so I can have more detail in what I'm talking about. And I hope you all enjoyed, and you'll watch it again. And it'll just get better from here. Thank you. Pelicaninja out.